Okay, who's gonna be the first one to the stairs? I just heard Steve jump off something. He's first. Come on, let's go. Hard to beat Steve. Steve is on to us. 65 degrees, 7:03, October 4th. Close to record high low temperatures in the hills this morning. Gorgeous. Why would it be record high low temperature only in the hills? Remember yesterday about the high barometer cold? It creates an inversion and the coldest air settles into the valleys, away from the ocean. See, I have a tiny bit of ocean influence here. That water radiates 63 degree air. Oh my gosh, radiation. What? I've never done this before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 snowy egrets, which are actually heron, which are flying south. So they must be having a morning breakfast meeting with the last meal here in the Northeast before heading south. I think if I were them, I would wait until after the weekend because there's quite a headwind coming in from the south at most levels of the atmosphere, but not all levels. So I would say the reason these boats are pointed toward the left, maybe the outgoing tide. Also, I have a very subtle breeze from the southwest right here. There is a front in eastern Maine. I so can't look away from this beautiful start. All right, one more thing. Look at that fog coming out of the estuary over there north of the Germantown Flats on the marsh in Quincy. And you can almost make out the commute into Boston right there. There's the gas tank. Anyhow, gorgeous morning with a very subtle weather event happening in New England right now. There is warm high pressure, at least by day. Oh, my audio. I gotta learn where to hold my hands. A weak front in eastern Maine, that's that blue line. That's a cooler high pressure system that's moving out of eastern Quebec into the maritime provinces. And that is going to have an influence on our weather. It's going to cause the air to come in from the north and the east at low levels of the atmosphere from Maine to Massachusetts as the day goes on. While in western New England, central and western New England, you get west of about I-95, it is warm to record warm air today, with temperatures in the 80s, one of the warmest October 4ths in our entire life. Oh my goodness. Cruise ship. Now watch what happens when I zoom way out there. You get a nice view of a cruise ship coming into Boston Harbor, but it also changes the audio, I've been noticing lately. I do not have my headset on. There are 2 microphones on this iPhone. A wonderful camera, but I gotta figure out the audio because I'm sorry it still keeps going up and down while I'm zoomed out, so I can stay on the same audio level. Let's go down, look at those heron again. Beautiful. Somebody else chasing the bass. Bunker, pogies, and huge bass are being reported all over eastern Massachusetts. Get it while you can. Picking is good today. And also, surf is up again. We have a 3-foot swell at 10 seconds. Doesn't get much better than that. For people that like small waves like me. And then you can also see the inversion and dirty air when you look laterally into the horizon through Boston there, through the high rises. Radiational cooling, dense, colder air near the ground, and warmer up in the hills. Now, this is one more day in a row, a Wednesday beauty. Do you want to hear it? Tim talking about what happens when you have a Wednesday beauty. You must be getting tired of it. For the 4th week in a row. Time out for Harvest Moon. Thank you, Harvest Moon. T-Rex, that's enough, thanks. Let's look at the satellite imagery for the United States. A lot going on here. All these reports of snow coming out of the mountains. Utah, Wyoming, Colorado, all reporting beautiful snow scenes this morning. That air is coming from Alaska and Russia into the Rockies of Canada and the United States. Below that, see the air coming out of the Pacific Ocean across Socorro. Jeff Mers loves the Socorro connection. When you have air coming from there, that's coming from near and south of Hawaii across Mexico. And they're joining forces with this front that's been really on the map now for a couple of weeks. That was that major storm that came in off the Pacific. And then ahead of that front here in the east, we have air coming from the south at most levels of the atmosphere. So this is a major weather maker. And also in the very far lower right, that is Tropical Storm Philippe that moved much further west than anticipated. So this weekend, we get air from Alaska and Russia, south of Hawaii, Socorro and Mexico, and off of Africa. That's where Philippe came from, off of Africa. Philippe was a long-tracked system, not like one of these ones that form on the south side of our highs. I mean, we've been watching it forever. It was supposed to curve north about a week ago, but it never did. It defied all forecast tracks. Can't stop looking. The waves, their reflections. Oh my goodness. Hard to focus when there's such beauty, isn't there? All right. The weather is gorgeous today. Cooler in eastern New England. Tomorrow, low-level moisture probably comes in off the ocean. And we end up with clouds coming into eastern New England. Another warm to record warm day in western New England. The dew point's going to come up into the 60s. And then that weather from Russia, Alaska, Hawaii, and Africa and the Bahamas is all going to merge right over us with torrential downpours, but it's going to be stripes. Oh boy, we're going to get a goose flyby now. We're going to get a goose flyby. I'm sorry, Maverick, the pattern is full. And we're going to end up with torrential downpours and perhaps some localized flooding again. Guess those geese aren't coming this way. Friday night into Saturday especially. Impossible to say where. Latest guidance from the Euro has 6 inches of rain in Old Lyme, Connecticut, and less than a tenth in Brewster, Massachusetts. Because it's so complicated, because we're going to have a merger of the remnant of Philippe going extratropical. Actually, it's supposed to strengthen and then come up here. And then it's been shifting to the west each day. And the two systems, the one from the west, the warm one from the west that tracks to our north. Anytime a system tracks to your north, you're on the warm side of it here in New England. So it's been a while since we've had just a pure warm storm track to our north and west. So this, even in the middle of winter, this system coming in this weekend would have been all rain, and it would have melted any snow we would have gotten out of the last 2 weeks. So I'm just kind of pontificating here into the future. It's a very challenging weekend forecast. Who's going to get the heaviest rain? I kind of like the look of the Euro this morning because let's look at it from a different perspective. Let's look at the tropical sector here. There's Philippe on the right. Now, when these storms go by, the heaviest wind is on the east side and the heaviest rain is on the west side. That's usually how it works, but it's far enough offshore that the wind and the heaviest rain from Philippe both miss most of New England. The wind to the east of Maine, but the rain does clip Maine. All right, so there's the precipitation. Now let's look at the wind part of it. The wind is very challenging. You have a strong low coming in from the west that wants to bring in air from the west and south, but then even more powerful, Philippe wants to bring in air from the north and the east, and they sort of negate. So over eastern New England, you end up with very little in the way of wind and or rain. I'm talking about places like Boston and Cape Cod could be between the two systems. And then it's going to be Saturday night and Sunday as they start to merge. Then the air does really start moving here from the west on Sunday, and that may drive the temperature back up into the 60s for nice weather, but it's going to be very windy and unstable, so there'll be clouds forming and showers, and rain showers will change to snow showers in the mountains of northern New England, the very tallest mountains. Probably just Mount Washington, Mount Mansfield, maybe Jay Peak, where it's pretty much peak foliage. Bill Levins up at Stowe says Thursday, October 5th is peak foliage. because of the wind and the rain that's going to come in. He says that we'll start getting on the other side. Thank you, Bill, for that local knowledge. Can't stop. The upper level low that's coming at us, let's look at the 500 millibar flow. There's the ridging in the east with record warmth. There's the troughing in the west with early season snow. So you have record warm east, you have snow west. Add them up and divide by 2. Summer plus winter, that equals autumn. So it's not extreme. Happens a lot, even though this may be the warmest October 4th in our life. As you know, I always say, once in a lifetime weather happens to somebody every single day. Anyhow, that whole thing reverses. Now you have a ridge out west and warmth builds back in the west. There snow melts, and here in the east we have the trough, but it's a retrograding trough and it's cut off low in southeastern Canada. Pretty much good for nothing as far as I'm concerned. If you can get that trough off to your east, then you're getting pure cool Canadian air. But when the trough is off to your north and west, what you're getting is a blend of air from Canada and the Pacific Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico for just day after day of breezy, partly to mostly cloudy weather coming in here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. And then another system as the trough digs farther to the west, again retrograding. You get another wet Saturday next week. That's the early call for that. As for tropical shenanigans, we may be shutting that down for a while. This nice strong high pressure system going off to the east over the next 2 days grabs Philippe and sends it north, but then we are totally cut off from anything from the tropics after that for a week or two. What's that? What's that? Coming in for a landing. It's a cormorant. Unfazed. We're getting to 12 minutes. Shut it down. Yesterday was a really fun day. Beautiful Tuesday. Surf was up. Weir Lundstedt just loves his toys out there in the stand-up paddleboard. And I met Mehmet coming out of the dunes. Nice to meet you, Mehmet, who is from Istanbul, Turkey, and now works in Newton, Massachusetts. Taking names, making friends everywhere we go. Hope you enjoy this and more nautical themed from Cape Cod on the best Tuesday of October. Best in our entire life, huh, Weir? All right. Talk to you later. Sun's in the south, air is coming from the right, that is the west. Wind from the west is best. Offshore flow?
Actually, west-southwest.
West-southwest?
Nice little left right there, that's where I'm going to go see it.
Nice little left right there. Right to the right of that sign. Yeah. I see it. Yeah, so we've had an onshore wind for 11 days in a row, and this is a leftover swell. A little ground swell, 2 to 4 feet, about 11 seconds. Just right.
Nice beach day.
Nice beach day. Great conditioning for skiing, going up and over these waves. It's like going up and over bumps on snow. Current's going from right to left pretty strong, heading north. Receding water. And he's pretty much out. How far out? About 100 yards maybe. 1.5 zoom. 1.1. 1 zoom. Four times zoom. He's a good 200 yards out now. 9 times zoom. Yeah, way to hold it steady. Nice job. All right, that's the workout right there, trying to hold on.
Those are your mogul muscles right there. Good to know we still have park service around today. Government did not shut down, because we know that the marine life never shuts down and people are going to keep on going in the water. There's Weir, and most of the people are way down to the right on SUPs. Less leg in the water when you're on an SUP. Pretty good beach day. Fabulous beach day, really. Best one we've had the month so far. Fun looking back in time from the present to the past to the way past. I think this was once farmland. Can't stop the ocean from coming. Just got to adapt. Build yourself a moat and a wall. As long as it's soft armor, not hard armor, you'll keep your beach.
Take your pictures.
Oh yeah, we're down by the beach. You always meet fun people. Hi, my name's Tim Kelly from Dennis.
Hi Tim, my name is Mehmet. Originally I'm from Istanbul, Turkey. I live in Newton,
Oh neat, what are you doing here in the dunes?
Well, what else? I'm taking pictures, enjoying the nice weather.
Yeah, I saw you, but you were just coming down from the sand up there.
Right. I try to go to the areas that not normal people usually walk.
Yeah.
Just off the path to see what I can take as a picture.
Yeah, right. And have you been to this beach before?
Yeah, I've been here, not lately, but so many times. I've been in here since '93, so visiting Cape Cod a lot.
Okay. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you, Mehmet.
Nice to meet you too then.
Maybe we can get our picture together.
Right, why not?
There we are,
Cool.
on video.
Yep, nice. Perfect.
What a blue sky. Finally. A lot of the erosion, too, is a result of rainwater. So that's clearly rainwater coming down gully. We've had a lot of rain this summer, one of the wettest summers on record, but I think 1938 is still in charge. Extreme weather is not new, neither is this erosion. And for our next trick, this one's high tech, needs a little put together. Look, same kind of line that T-Rex has. You get a leash, then you get a line. And you can make it as long as you want. Happy. Some assembly required.
Some, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Goes together pretty quick.
How many different states has this been launched in?
Oh, by now probably all 50.
Baby fish. As you go out, fish get bigger and bigger. You get some, looks like terns, I think. Kind of waiting for those minnows to swim by. Just about high tide. Kind of stand it right up there in the sand. What's under the hood here? A spot for the power source.
Correct.
It's a fairly heavy battery.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure in time we'll get lighter. That's technology.
0.3 zoom. On a little rock I can use as a tripod. Make some stable shots here. Old boys with big toys. 9 times zoom. There he goes, off to Cape Cod Bay. He's got to be like a half mile offshore already. Neat. I don't know how many times Zoom that was. That was fun. Okay, calling it a day. Past 4. It's crow happy hour over here. It's gotta be some kind of crow holiday. Crowtober. Pretty handsome skunk, don't you think? I like his markings. Looks like a wishbone. Walk this way. Skunks don't have a care in the world. He would walk right between my legs, not even care. Like a kid at the beach. Grubs for dinner. I'm about 30 feet away from him. 4.9 zoom. Feet. Something else just made a noise, so I backed off. But we've got a rabbit and a skunk about 12 feet away from one another. They don't care. And there's another rabbit right over there. This is what happens in your backyard every night. My backyard, anyway.